Everyone, hey guys, welcome. We'll get started shortly here. Welcome everyone. Hey guys, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. Welcome everyone. This evening is our stocks, options, and ETFs class. Stocks, options, and ETF. We'll get started shortly. Hey Gerald, welcome Gerald, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly.
Kyrie was confident that he could.
Stocks, options, and ETFs this evening. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly, guys. Stocks, options, and ETF. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. Stocks, options, and ETFs this evening. Hey, Kawisi, welcome.
Evening, David.
Hello. We'll get started shortly, guys. Stocks, options, and ETFs this evening. Hey, Michael, welcome, Michael, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. Let's go ahead and get started, guys. Got a lot of information to go over. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my trading screen here. All right, so you guys should see my trading screen. As far as equities, still selling in the equity markets. All right, so still equity here in the equity markets. Here's the Dow. So finished not slightly down, I believe. All right, so here's the price action here on the daily time frame. So definitely sellers are in. All right, we'll look for support on the Dow. Let's see here. Let's look at a weekly time frame. So on the Dow, we look at support right here. All right, if we can break support right here, which is where it made the low before, right here, we can see the equity markets go a lot lower. All right, so here is support right here. Previous resistance is support right here. So red candle. So we'll look to test this support. If we can break that support, we could see the market go a lot lower. All right, so we got pretty good support right here. All right, so If you guys are trading equities, be very careful, right? We want to be very careful. We are in the markdown phase, all right, in with equities. Okay, so just be careful. Let's see here. So that's the Dow. Same thing for the S&P. Same thing for the NASDAQ. Same thing for the Russell. All right. So I'll go through these, and then you guys, if you have any questions or symbols you want to take a look at, we can do that also. All right. All right. So same with, like I said, same with the S&P. All right. Same with the S&P. Same with the NASDAQ. Right. All sell signals. So we should not be in equities long. Hey, Philip, welcome. The VIX volatility index. Right. The VIX is moving higher, still at 25. Right. At 25 here. As it moves higher, guess what? We'll have increased volatility, and that will cause the indexes to go even lower, causing stocks to go even lower. All right. As far as the sectors, we have only 2 sectors that are still trying to hold. All right. But all these sectors here are down. Okay, guys. So all these sectors here are moving down and moving lower. All right. So we need to be very careful. So all these sectors here, right, are moving down. Biotech, try to make a move, right? Try to make a move today. Up right here. All right. But guess what? Still struggling. All right. Still struggling to hold. All right. Healthcare, right, was up for the day, but guess what? Still struggling right here. Hey, Charity, welcome. All right. So be very careful. Utilities bounce a bit here. All right. But still be very, very careful. All these sectors are down. All right. Except for utilities still trying to hold. Right. And energy is still trying to hold. Okay. So be very, very careful, guys, trading stocks long. All right. Trading stocks long. Currently in the futures market, we see that the equity markets are flat to down. All right. So right now, the Dow, the S&P, NASDAQ, right here, flat to down. All right. Big move in the dollar. So those of you who trade in the dollar pairs, right? Big move in the dollar. We broke resistance on the dollar, guys. So we've been waiting for this move. So we broke resistance on the dollar, right? So broke resistance, right? So we're in that markup phase, reaccumulation, markup phase. So that's really good for the dollar, all right? And as the dollar goes up, we'll see the markets come down, all right? That's the way it works, all right? At least for right now, all right? Any questions? Any questions on the equity markets? Any questions so far on the equity markets? All right. So just be careful. We shouldn't be trading long at all. So we shouldn't be trading long up. If you guys want to take puts, you can trade puts or shorts. All right. But just be careful. All right. Just be careful. Tricky markets right now. All right. As far as stock boss, let's see what stocks this is stellar stock right there. Look at that, boy. It's still holding nicely. Let's see here. As far as stock boss fee, we getting fewer stocks in stock boss, guys. So you can see here, few stocks in stock boss for heat seeker right now. Okay, so things are drying up a bit, right? We usually have a lot more stocks. We only have about what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 stocks, healthcare stocks, about 4 technology stocks. All right, let's see here. All right. Charity, are you still in any positions? Any stock boss positions? I know you were in some positions. Let's see here. All right, technology. Right there. All right, I would put this on your radar. Guys, put this on your radar right here. Okay, so AVYA, $1.79, right? We still have to wait for a buy signal, all right? But if this market, turns around, this is setting up really nicely, right? It's a nice markdown phase. If you guys look here, right? It came all the way from, let's see here, all the way from a high of, this should be really good. So a high of, let's put it back on the weekly. High of 33, and it's at $1.79 right now. We just need some buying to come in, and we need the market to become a bit more bullish, right? So let's see here, daily. So if you guys look here, nice markdown phase, exactly what we want. All of that selling to be exhausted, right, is what we want. And is held pretty good support right here, right? Red candles, sellers, 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 and we've got green candles setting up right here, right? We got some resistance is about right here. This is one you want to put on your radar so that when things turn around, right? I would say right here is where we've got pretty good resistance. Probably right here. All right, so we could get a buy signal anywhere in this area in here. Pretty good support. It's $1.79. All right, so definitely want to put on your radar. All right, any questions on this? Any questions on this? All right.
I have a question, and I
Yes, please,
apologize.
Philip, go ahead.
Got it, and I'm very new to this. So,
Oh, sure. Welcome.
when you're looking at a company like this, and do you do any research into the fundamentals of the company? Why there's that kind of drop, or does that matter to you?
No, it doesn't matter, right? So when we and Philip, welcome, right? I know this is your first time, but no, when we trade, we just trade the price action. All right, so we don't care. We assume that the fundamentals is built into the price. Okay, so we assume that if the price is going down, right, and we call this the markdown phase. So if it's going through, let's go back here. All right, if it's being sold, if they're selling it off, right, we assume that there's perhaps negative news. We don't need to know what that news is. All right, but we just assume it's not very good news. When it's going up, we're going to assume that there's positive news that's pushing the price higher. All right, it just takes, we can have the reason why the news doesn't matter, because we could have very good news, right? Very good news, and the stock still goes lower. All right, that makes sense. And
yeah, I'm in a company right now where they had fantastic earnings and the price dropped.
Yeah. You'll see that. So so rather than trading the news, we trade the price action. Very good question though. Yeah, very good. Now can we pay attention to the news or look for data? Yes, after. All right. So after we've done all of our analysis based on the price action, right? After we've got a buy signal, right? And let's say it's moving higher, it's trending higher. Then for entertainment purposes, we might take a look at the fundamentals to see why, but we don't base our trading on that. All right, good question. Okay, so Charity, you are in Genie. You're still in Genie. Good job. Let's take a look here, Genie. Philip, did that help?
Absolutely. And that's one of the things, I come from an investment background where fundamentals count.
Yes.
And like you said, there's not a correlation oftentimes between the fundamentals of a company and the actual price.
Yeah. Yeah. And, and we saw that in the correction that we just had, right? The last correction we just had. And we got a nice bounce, and looks like we're heading back in that correction. A lot of NASDAQ stocks really fell really low, right? And a lot of those stocks, you look at Tesla, right? And Amazon, a lot of the big stocks fell, with really good fundamentals. They fell. And it doesn't matter, right? So that's why we take a look at what the market's doing here. I would say a good 85, 90% of stocks will follow the overall direction of the indexes, the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the sectors. So you could have an individual stock with great fundamentals, right? But guess what? It will still go down with the market. All right. And with the sectors. Okay. So so good question. Keep that in mind. Charity Jeannie here. You're still holding. Okay. And Charity, you're still holding it, right? You're still holding it. I'm assuming here. So it's holding support. And when you guys see a stock like this, that's really bucking the trend, that's good. All right. And if it's holding like this, all right, so you're still holding. Good job, Charity. If it's bucking the trend like this, that's really strong. That's really good. All right. That's really, really good. Philip, here we might assume, right, that it's got pretty good fundamentals, pretty good data, right, allowing it to withstand the selling in the market. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Very few stocks here with stock boss. So just keep in mind, Heat Seeker, right? We track over 22,000 stocks daily. All right. With Heat Seeker. All right. So if I just run it right now, you guys will see it's going to run 22,000 stocks just that quick. All right. And we're looking for stocks that the big institutions are buying, the big hedge funds, right, on very high volume. So if you notice here, we don't have a lot of stocks. So what that means is the big money, they're sitting, they're waiting, they're not buying, right? They're not buying these sectors heavily right now. So if they're not buying, guess what? We shouldn't be buying. All right. We shouldn't be buying. Michael, you in SQQQ. All right, we'll take a look at that. SQQQ. All right. Okay, let's see here. I don't know if I can pull up that symbol, SQQQ. All right, we have it here. Okay, so that's the short. Michael. All right. Michael, where did you find this? Michael, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me okay? You can hear me okay?
Yeah, he may need to unmute.
Can you hear me, sir?
Hey, Michael. Yeah.
Lord.
Hey, I'm curious. This is an ETF. How did you find this?
You remember our first conversation when we first spoke?
Mm-hmm.
That's the CPA.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. This is a great play. All right. This is a great play. That's the QQQ. That's the short. So as the market's going lower, all right. So I'm going to show you guys. So this is a great play. All right. So here's the QQQ. I'm going to show you guys the QQQ here. So you see the QQQ here? It's going down. So this is the NASDAQ, guys. The NASDAQ right here, red candles is going down. This is the inverse. All right. So this is the SQQQ. So as the market is going lower, all right, Michael can trade this to go higher. All
So
right.
I'm glad you clarified, because I was literally saving this trade and this question for you, and he was telling me that this could be pretty much like how the VIX in the overall markets kind of have a negative correlation, kind of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good trade. Very good trade. Now, this is an ETF. All right, this is an ETF. And we could trade. If you look here, if you guys look here, this is a great play. This is an advanced play here. If you guys look here, this is our, we track over 1,100 ETFs. And if you guys look here, right, these short ETFs right here, this is a gold short ETF. This is a pro short ETF for the Dow. Look here, right here, the Dow, short Dow. So as the Dow is going short, lower, right, the Dow right here, the short Dow will go higher. All right. And then here's this another ultra short here. So we're starting to see more short plays pull up. So if we look here, this Dow, DOG, is going to be going up right here. So as the Dow goes down, as the Dow is moving lower right here, we can trade it long. Where is it here? Right here, Monster ETF. We can trade it long. All right. And that's what Michael is doing here. All right. So he's trading the NASDAQ long. All right. So good job. Good job. So let's look at what we have here. All right. So you in it already, Michael?
That's correct, sir.
And you got in at what price?
37. Well, I try to get 37.50. I'm like 37.48.
37.48. So you've been in for a few days now?
Correct. This has been this was a trade since last week. A play since last week.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the exact trade. Last Wednesday.
Okay. All right. So good thinking. All right, good thinking. So let's analyze the price now. Let's analyze the price. This is on a daily time frame. All right, on a daily time frame. All right. So let's see here. What do we have here? It's a bit messy. All right, it's a bit messy. So let's try to find where support is. All right, we've got support. I would say right about here is support. All right. So we'll count this here. All right. Oh boy. Very choppy. You see that? Very, very choppy. All right. We've got some resistance over here. Main resistance is probably right here. All right. I'm trying to see what we can find from here. This is a very difficult chart. Very difficult chart. Why is this difficult? Why am I saying this is a difficult chart? Why is this a difficult chart? Anyone?
There's no clear, there's no real clear levels of support and resistance. These candle wicks are super long. It's choppy. There's gaps all over the place.
Yeah.
So the price action is just.
Yeah. So can you trade it? Yes, but it's just very difficult. So we've got resistance here. Resistance here. This is where sellers came in before, right? And pushed the price lower, right? Resistance here. Sellers came in before. Resistance here, sellers came in. Resistance here where price fails, sellers came in. All right. Here, support here. All right. A bit of support here, and then here we are right now. All right. So you're getting past, this is an area here of concern. All right. So I would be concerned that, you know, if the market pulls higher, just understand if the market equity, right, equity markets move higher, indexes move higher, this you could get this here. If they continue to move lower, if the VIX moves higher, Michael, you might get a move higher. Very choppy trading, but you can trade it. Very choppy. All right.
Well, I was concerned. I was going to ask you, in your opinion, is this, if you were in my position, would this be a trade you would hold, especially going into the holiday weekend? Or with me being at these levels, should I lock in my,
Well, what time frame are you trading it on? Let me ask you that.
the 2 hour, the 15-minute, and the daily?
Okay. So pick one time frame. All right. So so let's do this. So we don't have anything on the daily. All right. So we don't have anything on the daily. We don't have a buy signal on the daily yet. All right. So let's move it down. When you trade, pick a time frame. So pick one time frame. You can look at different time frames, but when you trade it, your entry and your exit will be on one specific time frame. All right. Okay. So let me show you if we were to trade this, how we would do it. And this is good practice here. All right. So let's find a trading window where this trade might work out. All right. So we don't have a buy signal here. No, we could, right? Buyers are coming in, green candles are coming in. We could get a buy signal, kind of like here soon. All right. But we don't have one yet. So we would not trade this yet. So let's move down. This is on the daily time frame. Let's move it to a 240. All right. So a 4-hour chart. All right. Where is that? All right, so 240.
That's a little cleaner.
Is it clearer? Okay, let's see here. 240. All right. On a 240 time frame, let's see what we've got. A better. It's absolutely better, right? We have a nice markdown phase, right? We've got, look here. We've got clearer support, more defined support. All right, so we've got more defined support over here. All right, we have nice swings. That's what we want. All right. So, Michael, I would definitely move it to the 240. All right. Here is good support here. Good support here, right? Markdown phase, markup phase. Look here, markdown phase, right? And guess what? We're in the markup phase right here. Your price was 37.
37.48 is my average.
37.48. So about right here. All right. Buy signal is right here. So a bit early, but we've got a buy signal, and now it's closed at 45 right here, clearly in the markup phase. So on the 240, you've got a buy signal coming out of a nice markdown phase. All right. Pretty good support. All right. So look at your previous buy signal is almost identical to here, right? Look at that. Almost identical, right? So you could get a move right up here is where you might have, so you have resistance up here. You've got some area of resistance right here at 50. All right. This whole area here. right? This whole area here, here, all through here is where you've got some resistance right here. So 50, I would look for 50. If you can get past 50, now it's very choppy in here. So you might get a bit of consolidation in here. All right. Sellers, just know sellers are sitting right here, right? Right here. But yeah, this on the 240, much better.
Thank you, sir. Yeah,
On the 240, much better. Yeah. So I would keep it on the 240. I wouldn't look at any other time frame, but the 240. Okay.
Gotcha. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. That makes more sense.
Absolutely. And I'm locking it in on the 240 time frame because, like I said, I can even, my eyes can just like see it better now as far as levels go.
Yeah. And if you want to, you could do this. If you want to kind of reduce your risk in the trade, I like it on the 240, but let's see if we could. The hourly time frame works good with equities also. So let's just see, just to see.
Well, I use the 15-minute for my entry. If you don't mind taking a look at that for me, tell me what you think about that.
Oh, 15, a lot of noise. You're gonna get
yeah,
you're gonna get a lot of noise on the 15-minute.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't. On Forex, we'll do 30. On stocks, unless you're gonna intraday trade it, like, like almost a day trade. I wouldn't recommend the 15-minute, but the 30-minute works well too. I mean the 60-minute. So here's a 60-minute. Okay, that buy signal came in right at 40. You had an initial buy signal at 36 that closed. Okay, so if you didn't want to stay in it long, right, and you can get a nice swing trade on the 60-minute, right? It might keep you in that trade for, if it holds, a few days, right? So nice markdown phase. This is even better, even clearer, right? Nice markdown phase. Okay. And two opportunities to buy, right? So we bought here, sold here, bought here on this break of this resistance here. All right. We'll call that reaccumulation in that markup phase. And now it's holding right here. All right. So you could look at keep it on the 60 or the 240. If you like the idea that the markets will go lower, right? The NASDAQ will go lower, right? Then you could hold it on the 240. If you just want a quick move meaning a few days, then the 60 might work fine for you.
Last question, if you don't mind. It looks like your price action is respecting, are those SMAs or EMAs that you have, your green and red lines?
EMAs.
So what are your settings to, if you don't mind me ask? Because I have mine to 9 and 20, and it looks like your price action is respecting yours a lot better than mine is.
I think this is 24. I think this is 24 is what we put it on. 34. 34.
Yes, sir.
But this is all custom, right? This is all custom. But so just play with it.
Yes, sir.
I would definitely, if you want to look at both time frames, you can, but just pick one. Pick one for your entry and your exit. Okay, you guys, you see how the different time frames will show things a bit more clearer, right? Okay. So it's good to do that when it's confusing. If you guys look here on the daily, it's really, really confusing, right? But when we zoom in a bit, right? When we zoom in a bit, it's much better. Right. Let's see here. See how choppy this is, right? Very, very choppy here compared to the 1 hour chart. Nice swing. This is an absolute great trade.
Thank you, sir.
Absolute great trade. Great markdown phase, right? Accumulation, markup, buy signal, right? So, all right, good job. Good job. Good job. Any other symbols you guys want to take a look at? Any other symbols? Let's see here. Let's see here. If you wanted, Michael, if you wanted to take another short, let's see here. So you've got the QQQ, right? You got the QQQ, you're going long, right? With that, you're doing the short, ultra short. And then the Dow also, let's take a look at that. The DOG, the DOG, DOG, that's also going up. That's an ultra short, pro short. All right. And it looks very similar. Let's see what it looks like on the 60-minute time frame. Look at that. Look at that. Very similar, isn't it, to the QQQ? Let's see here. All right. So very similar to your trade. All right. Look at that. Nice markdown phase. So if we took your trade, look at this. All right. We're going to take your trade here, Michael. And sometimes it's good to do this to get confirmation, right, with your trade. All right. You take another, all right. You take another position. All right. So here is your trade here. And then, I'm sorry, this is the Dow, and then this is your trade up here, the QQQ. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on. All right, so this is the DOG. So Michael, this is the Dow down here, and then this is your trade up here. You see how similar they are? You guys see that? Almost identical. Almost identical. So if you wanted, if you wanted further confirmation, right, to hold your position, you could put both side by side. You in your trade, you in the SQQQ, which is right here, and then this is the Dow. All right, same thing. Look at this, almost identical charts. All right. You see that, Michael? Almost identical. All right. So that's a way to get further confirmation. All right. So if the Dow gave a sell signal here, then guess what? You'll know that your SQQQ, NASDAQ, will also give a sell signal soon. All righty. But this is a good play to go. So as the indexes are going lower, right, rather than shorting or trying to get puts, we can take advantage of a downward move with these short ETFs. So good play, Michael. Good job.
Sorry, sir. I'm back. I had to run away real quick. I'm back.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine here. Look at Bullmaster. All right. We tracked again 22,000 stocks. And I haven't seen this in a long time where we only have, what's that? 15 stocks. Usually we have, you know, a couple of hundred stocks or more in here. All right. So that tells us that the institutions then they're not getting in, they're not jumping in. So that's always a concern. Right? That's always a concern. So so just be careful with equities, right? Going long, right? So what Michael is doing is good, right? That's a good way to think. All right. As the markets move lower, all right, we can trade this short ETF long. All right. Hey Zaire, welcome. Welcome, Zaire. Welcome. All right. So just be careful, guys. I guess that's the message. We might see more short ETFs pop up, like we're seeing them in here. All right, here's a trust. Let's see here, gold. All right, gold. I don't like this chart here. Not very good volume. Okay. All right. But definitely that's a good play.
So quick last question, sir. So here's my train of thought on the play moving forward in the future. So I'm gonna look around 50 for the SQQQ. If you could take a look at the TQQQ, which is resembling the QQQ, identical. So,
Okay.
so that could be a possible long position, as you know, I guess when markets start to, you know what I mean, like how the whole VIX and overall play goes. So that's kind of like my idea on this whole thing. So when
Yes.
the market start to flip, I'll close my SQQQ and then roll that into my TQQQ when I get a buy.
Bingo. Bingo. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And the
Absolutely.
TQQQ does what? I'm sorry, the TQQQ is what?
Yeah. So if what he's saying is this, let's do this. Let's do this. We're gonna do a side by side. Give me a second here, guys. And that's a really good trade. That's a really good trade. All right. So here is the TQQQ. And then we'll bring in the SQQQ. And Philip, this will help. And all right. Okay, so currently Michael is in the SQQQ, which goes up, right? It goes up when the NASDAQ goes down, okay? So this is his trade here, all right? So as the market's going down, his SQQ is going up, but the TQQ is also going down. It's the inverse. Okay. So when he gets a sell signal to close this trade here, and he's going to take profits, right? When the SQQ comes down, starts to come down, guess what? He'll get a buy signal. He'll start to get buyers come in here in the TQQ to go up. So he'll close his long position here, right? He'll get out here, all right? And then he'll get a buy signal here, okay, to now take this higher, take this up. So you see this markdown phase here? Markdown phase, markdown phase, markdown phase, right? He got here, take it higher at some point, right? He'll close it. And then the TTT is currently in the markdown phase, okay? And as this is closing, as sellers are coming in here, buyers are gonna come in here, just like they did here at the bottom here. He'll get a buy signal to now take that up. So he'll take the profits from here, all right? And now transfer it here to go long. He's constantly going long. He's not shorting, right? So he's not shorting it. He's not getting puts. He's using the short play here to go short. And then when this one is ready to go long, he'll go long. So he's constantly going long.
Yes, I'm very long bias.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's really good trading because shorting is very difficult. All right. Can we do it? We can absolutely do it, but it's not as smooth as this. Right? I like to trade long too, right? You can get puts also, but this is, especially if you put real capital to work, right? Enough capital to work. This is perhaps the safest way to do it, right? This is perhaps, you know, options will expire. So if you get puts, they'll expire. This will not expire on you, okay? There's no time element here. All right, so this is a great way, and you could keep doing this. You could keep doing this. All right. Good job, Michael. Good job. Really good job.
Thank
really,
you.
Really good.
Thank you both.
Yeah, good job. Good job. So you just have to wait, right? Wait. As this continues to move higher, right? As the SQQ continues to move higher, the TQQ is going to move lower. So your price is moving higher here, right? So you building capital here, and here you're waiting, and the price is moving lower. So you get an even better, cheaper, lower price here. Yeah, and you could do this. You could keep doing this. So I'm going to do something here. I'm going to do something here. I'm sure there is a short signal in here. Hey, Zaire, you see that? That's pretty cool, huh, Zaire? Let's see here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, so that's short. Here's the short. So rather than shorting it, we got short signals to take it short, but rather than shorting it, we wait. You go long here. When this short closes here, when this short closes here, this long will close here. And then, you know, we wait for accumulation at the bottom here, buy signal, break resistance, and then take it up. So that's smart trading, very smart trading. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
Super excited to start coaching with you tomorrow, sir.
Yeah, that's well, that's advanced stuff here, advanced thinking here. All right, but I would keep it on the 60. Like I said, you could put it on the 240. It will keep you in the trade longer. The 240 will. I definitely wouldn't keep it on the daily. 240, let's see here, 240, 240, 24. So you could keep it on the, I wouldn't trust it on the 240. I wouldn't trust it on the 240. If you look at the 240, you've got all of this here, right, to worry about. and then you've got resistance. So you would need to be quick, right? And so the 60, the 1 hour chart will get you out, because you got to understand here we got this a big resistance area here, right? And all in here, right? A lot of consolidation in here. So, all right. So if things turn around, and this is where sellers came in before. So that's why this is where sellers came in before. Sellers came in before. Sellers came in before. Sellers came in before. Sellers came in right here, right? Kind of held right here. So this is a big area here, and you near that area. You near that 50 mark. Okay, so all right. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right. Any other questions? We're almost done. We're almost done here. Any other questions before we leave? Any other questions? This is pretty cool here. I like to see traders do this. That's thinking outside the box a bit, especially when the markets are doing this, right? And we have almost nowhere to go. That's really creative, right? But not careless trading, really careful managing risk trading. All right. All right. I will see you guys on Sunday. All right. So our next class is on Sunday. Forex, cryptos, right? And the futures market. Let me go over quickly what's happening with Bitcoin and crypto. So we're watching Bitcoin right here, guys. It's still holding at 20,000. Okay, we're anticipating a break. All right, we're anticipating Bitcoin to break that 20,000 mark and perhaps move lower. All right, the dollar, we got a nice push in the dollar. So right here. So we'll keep focusing on the dollar pairs, right? And for Forex, right? So here's the dollar right here on the daily time frame. It broke resistance convincingly right here, finally broke resistance, and it's up pretty nicely right here. Okay, so we'll continue to trade the dollar. All right. I know it's a bit choppy, but we do have pairs that are holding. Euro, keep an eye on the euro pairs also. All right, keep an eye on the euro pairs. Dollar pairs, we should see a move going into next week with the dollar pairs. All right, guys. Thanks for coming, and I will see you guys. Have a great evening, and I'll see you guys on Sunday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And welcome to one of the top doctors in